Empire Space is a nonprofit organization dedicated to growing the New York space ecosystem and making New York a top 10 space state. The following is a tutorial of the civic sector components of our census. To learn more about Empire Space, our census, and the work that we do, please join us at empirespace.org. Thank you for watching. One of the critical pillars of the New York space ecosystem is what we call the civic component, the cultural, community, and non-governmental institutions and organizations that bring space and astronomy directly to the general public. These planetariums, museums, observatories, and clubs are the grassroots of the space sector, engaging directly with average citizens of all ages and backgrounds. These organizations also serve another vital function. In a mature and healthy space ecosystem, civic groups provide critical glue between other sectors and are key in fostering collaborations between government, academia, and industry. The aim of this database is to raise collective awareness within the space ecosystem and foster new collaborations and connections between these organizations and their regional, academic, and industry partners. Some of the specific highlights: there are 63 community groups like astronomy clubs, aerospace unions, and rocket leagues, 117 planetariums, observatories, and museums. Every region is also home to numerous institutions. Graphical breakdown shows every region home to a diverse range of institutions. So let's take a tour and learn more.
The best way to access and utilize the civic components of the Empire Space Database is from our homepage, and then the data page, empirespace.org/data. You'll see it alongside here on the right side. It says Civic Sector. You have an Institutions and Facilities link, the Civic Groups link. They both go to the same place. You could also find it up here if you hover over Data. Scroll down, Civic Infrastructure is right there. So we're going to click on it. This takes us to the Civic Infrastructure homepage. This database has every non-governmental and community group that is active in space and astronomy in New York that we are aware of in one centralized database. These community groups provide a critical function. They are very often the way that the average person interacts with space and astronomy: museum trips, school trips, various functions like that. They also serve a critical function of providing connectivity between different components of the broader space ecosystem. They very often bind academia, industry, and government together in a way that fosters greater productivity and growth. So there are two sections here. You have the civic groups section, which are organizations active across the state: astronomy club, this is an aerospace union, other aerospace organizations. And then the second component is planetariums and observatories and museums. So this is the institutions or the facilities. So observatory, it's a museum of natural history, planetarium. If we are aware of jobs supported, we'll provide that information. If there's a telescope there, we'll provide the size of the telescope. As always, the Assembly and the Senate District for legislative interaction. Partners, region of the state, any notes or specifics. Again, this is all interactive. Click on one of these links. It takes you to the homepage of the institution. Come back. These lists are also filterable. Click on the Mohawk Valley. It shows you the number of institutions in the Mohawk Valley. Again, same for civic groups. So we hope that these databases serve as a way to facilitate greater participation from the community with these organizations that strengthens them, it strengthens their mission, but also fosters that connectivity between organizations. We're hoping that groups in space and aerospace and academia reach out, build new partnerships with these organizations in their region. Same for industry, same for government. If you're interested in a long form report, come up to the report section, scroll down, civic groups and forum summary, breaks it down by region, goes group by group. A little bit further up, civic infrastructure and facilities summary. Same thing, we have some graphs here. You can see that every region of the state has some space presence in terms of facilities, observatories, planetariums. Launch sites refers to amateur rocketry ranges. You have some here in central New York and the Finger Lakes region. So we encourage you to come and read these reports as well. So that is the best way to access and operationalize the information available as it pertains to the civic sector of the New York space ecosystem.
We want to thank you for joining us. As always, to learn more, join us at empirespace.org. Follow us on Twitter at EmpireSpaceNY or email us at info@empirespace.org. Thank you very much. Be safe.